אני יודע בסוף שנגיע לראות ונזכה ליום. Lyndon, you're the man.
Oh,
How you think?
we're gonna keep this in there too. So when I first met you,
Yeah.
I said, "What's your name?" You said Oz. I said, "Oz what?"
Oh, yeah, let me talk to my agent. It's like, hey, you didn't tell me they're gonna ask me these kind of questions. Oz basically means in Hebrew courage, and Ziko. And my dad named me after the South American soccer player. And ever since I was young, everybody started calling me that. And to this day, it's kind of stick.
So you like a world class
oof,
football, not soccer,
yeah.
a world class football player.
Oh yeah, this is why I got kicked out of the team when I was 13. Yeah.
That's funny because we was running one day and you said when you hear sirens in Israel, it's like a missile coming, not just a car coming.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a completely different world. So tell me a little bit about Israel.
Well, you know, I don't really represent Israel as a kind of, I represent myself as a person first.
Right.
So I only know my point of view because everything is subjective.
Right. It's your world, your perception,
Yes.
and I don't want to box you in.
I was, you know, Israel, when people think about Israel, they're thinking about probably, like you said, missiles.
Yeah.
They think about, I guess, you know, the thing you see in the news. But for me, when I think about Israel, I think about, you know, my family, my childhood memories, the food. Woo, the food, yeah, especially the food. And because I grew up in a very old neighborhood. Let's say if Tel Aviv is the New York, so I'm from Jersey. Right?
Oh, okay, I got
you. Like Israel, so the Jew Jersey, right? Jew Jersey. That's where I'm from.
You can kind of like get past the stereotypes of what people think about certain cultures. So, you know, it's a big part of what I'm doing here. And the next thing I want to roll into is the documentary that you shot. Oh man, it's like it's very heavy. You know, I probably had to watch it like once or twice before I even say, "Hey, man, I watched it," because it's so personal.
Yeah, basically, it started when I was a kid. I was maybe 6, 7, and one of my friends, he just came from the U.S. and he brought this little tape cassette. Yeah. We're talking about the early '90s here, right? Like I'm that old, okay? Yeah. And that was the first time I heard hip hop music, and I didn't understand anything they were saying. I just knew that I had to learn it, and from that moment on, that's what I did. You know, I never learned English in school. My English teachers were, you know, Outkast and Tupac and Nas. You know, now keep in mind, we're talking about a kid that grew up in the old city in Israel. You know, the main music were traditional Middle Eastern music.
Right.
I was like one of the few people who listened to rap and R&B. So, naturally, I took these both styles and I combined them together to create something new, to create my own style.
Right. That's kind of what, you know, hip-hop and music in America always kind of been that way. It's kind of been radical and different and just creative and new. What was that first cassette that you had? What was on it?
Oh, I mean, we didn't really understand, you know, the words, but we did understand the curses. So I remember me and my friend, we used to count the curses, and I think "Hit 'Em Up" was the winner.
Tupac.
Yeah. By the time I was a teenager, I went all in. Like I was already performing. I already had my first album in Hebrew. I had a single that got played in the radio. It was kind of funny, you know. Like all of a sudden you see, I remember my old neighbor, you know, which I knew all my life, but we barely talked before. We barely speak before.
Right.
And he goes, "I saw you last night on TV. Good job." And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know we had a TV.
Yeah.
Now, let me clear this out, right? No, I mean, it wasn't like I was like, it's not like I was like well known all across the country or anything. Nah, not like that. Like I was known in my school, you know, in my neighborhood.
That's major though, being known in the school.
But I wouldn't call it famous or anything. Like, nah, not even far from that.
Far from that.
Yeah.
Almost famous.
Now, how did I get here? That's the question. That's basically the idea of the documentary.
Right.
But basically, it started. I'm gonna tell you. How did I get here? The flying ticket wasn't cheap, I'll tell you.
I know it's not.
I'll give you the short version of the short version. When I turned 21, a big tragedy happened in my family, and which led to me living by myself on my own out in the streets. So for a few years, I was, struggling, and I put everything on hold. I stopped, making music. I still wrote songs, but I was too busy trying to figure out where I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Right.
And right there, at my lowest point, at the bottom of the bottom, that's when it hit me, and I started asking myself questions that I never asked before, like, what happened to the passionate kid I used to be? I used to have dreams, and that moment I realized that there's nothing but now.
Yeah, it's just the moment.
Yeah, the movie we call life. You can't pause it. You can't skip forward. You can't go back. I wish, right? But you can't do that.
You can't do that. It made
exactly. The present now is the outcome of what you did in the past. So in order to change my future and to get different results, I have to change my actions now. That's when I start pursuing my old dream, and did this documentary, My Dream. If you like to know more.
I like how you cut that in there, right on the spot. So I mean, in a nutshell, that kind of your destiny kind of formed right in front of your face, where you decided, you know what, I'm gonna get out of this rut. I'm gonna put my energy into this, and I'm at my lowest point. I got nowhere to go but up. And
when life puts you in the corner, you do anything. You're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, you had to come out swinging. You gotta get the back up off the wall. And that's usually what most stories of artists or anybody who really done anything major ever has been, is something in life pushed them into a corner or pushed them into a spot where they really had to dig deep, find themselves, go inside, and come out and fight their way out. And I guess like you being here sitting next to me on this camera is like kind of a testament to that. So
I know you promised you're gonna bring food. This is why you're here. Still waiting for that food.
It's coming after. But so we'll get into kind of like what all you've done with that dream since you've been here.
It's funny you said destiny, and part of that journey was when I met that. When I started documenting is to think outside of the box, to explore new things. And I truly believe, you said destiny, and this is so true. I truly believe that there's a big force, bigger than our understanding, that there's a plan for each and every one of us. And you just have to be confident and trust yourself. And, you give the best you can in every situation, and eventually you will find your way. And who knew, right? Who knew?
Right,
I came to America, to travel, to visit my cousin in California. Next thing you know, I fell in love. I stayed here, and here I am, having a whole completely new, different life.
Yeah, that sounds like a winning plan. I mean, sound like LIP, like you living in peace. Like, that's kind of what I've been all about. So
you have to, man. As far as we know, there's been life in this universe for like millions of years. We only get a glimpse. Get like 80 years in average, right? Now it's 80 years. It used to be 75 years.
I hope.
Yeah. If you like, you get a little bit more. But if you eat veggies.
Yeah, I gotta get them.
Yeah, exactly. Start taking notes. But that's all we have. So we might as well make the best out of it. For us, for our environment, for the people around us, for the future generations to come, so they can have their own glimpse too.
Well, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you having me.
My pleasure, man.
I maybe I'll get some of the vegetables and give him their food, I promise. All right, one love, y'all.
Return to Zion. Oriental music from the windows. playing football for hours down in the parking lot where we used to meet. Yeah, return to Zion.
I guess you can stop that and then.
Oh, it didn't record at all. I just.
Hey, look. I was like, cut.